Surprise! It's Saturday night. Surprise! And Lynn's husband is giving her some water or something. That's exciting. Welcome, guys. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Hugh TV. If you haven't bought Hugh TV, go purchase it. It's available in Florida. That's Hugh TV. All right. I don't
He's
know
like, what
why
did
I'm
you
not
say?
on live here. So hang on one second. I've got to make sure that we're live on. Oh, hi. Okay, hang on. I didn't hit the button twice. Need to hit the button twice. So now we are live. Hi, everybody. We're live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Hugh TV, special in Florida. All right. So I'm going to put in my name on Instagram. And we just wanted to do this like surprise live because it's fun. And it's Lionsgate. Lionsgate is the big day for manifestation. So if you're manifesting, tell us. Tell us. Say hi in the comments, everybody. Say hello. Because I'm looking and I see that you guys are on here, but I don't see you um, on here.
I see you, but I
So
don't.
I do. So, Lynn, can you introduce yourself to make sure that I've got everybody where I need to be and we're all doing what we need to do?
Sure, I'd love to.
Thank
I
you.
am Lynne Imhof, and I am a dating relationship coach for women over 50 who are tired of settling and making the same mistakes over and over again, dating different men and with the, same type of man, just in a different body. And also who are open and willing to do some work on themselves and look at themselves so that they can not only find the love of their life, but also have the most amazing relationship ever.
I like it because you know why? You deserve it. We all deserve it, right? We
100%.
all deserve it. How many of you put it in the comments so I could see that you're on here? Because I don't know why I can't see that you're on here. Put it in the comments if you feel that your picker is picked out. Like you're like, I'm done. I am done. And hello to Pony Gone 88. And hello, MG Chicago. Thanks guys for being here. We appreciate it. We appreciate it on Instagram and on Outlook. See? She deserves it. Thanks, Delora. Thanks. Good. So I just want to make sure that we're on here. Hey, Delora, pop over to Facebook and just see because I don't know why I'm not getting any of the Facebook um, comments. Um, oh, okay. Thanks, Hugh. Thank you. Thanks for that. Good. I'm glad. Glad you're here. All right. So, Lynn, you've been working with this because you lived it. You want to
I
tell everybody a little story?
Yeah, after my second divorce, I actually waited about 5 years before I started dating again. Um, and honestly, I was so in mom mode and so focused on raising my kids because my kids were 14, 9, and 4 when I got divorced the second time that dating never even was like a blip on the radar at all. It wasn't until my oldest asked me if I was ever going to go on a date again that I was like, oh, hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah.
So that is when my world of online dating started. And I did it off and on for almost 10 years, actually. And I had some long relationships, and like I was in a 2 year relationship in there, and I had a 3 year relationship in there, and I took breaks in between, and a 7 month one and a 5 month one. So it's not like I, just dated for 10 years. but,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, and I learned so much about myself and everything. And like, it's really important to know what you don't want, but it is really, really important to know what you do want and be crystal clear about what you're looking for. Um, And I think every person, like, I don't regret any person that I dated or went on a date with because I learned something from every single one. So there are no mistakes. I really believe that. So, it was trial and error, I guess. and,
Yeah.
in every relationship, I learned something more about what I definitely want and what I definitely don't. And so that was like, in a nutshell, journey of how I met my husband. And we've been together a little over 8 years and married for almost, actually, next month will be 4 years already.
I know. Like,
That
that's
means you're 4 years up right
my
behind
4 years is a month after you. Right. It's crazy.
me. Yeah.
Dolores in my graphic said 7 p.m. I know it said 5 p.m. Pacific, and probably what I was doing was thinking Lynn, Chicago, and I put 7
Because
p.m.
I
instead of
was.
8 p.m. Right. Oh my God, crazy. I told
And
my
that's
son
been
that
almost
dating
a
is,
year too.
yes, not nuts.
It
That's
is.
crazy. I told my son that dating is to find out who you don't want to marry. Yes, that is very true.
That is
It
very true.
feels
But I
like,
will say this.
yeah,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
since you're like the man of manifestation, I will say that when you do say stuff like that and you say what you don't want, that is what you attract. Um,
100%.
and Elias knows that I'm a little woo, not super woo woo, but a little woo. But I definitely believe that what you put out there is what you get. So if you do say, I don't want somebody who smokes, and I don't want somebody, under 6 foot. And by the way, there's a very small percentage of men over 6 feet, ladies. So, I don't want this and I don't want that. That is what you're going to attract. So you really do have to be careful of how you phrase things.
And here's the thing, and Lynn and I have talked about this. What I tell people to do, what I've told clients to do, or I've told people on the Tiki Talk or on here, is write down everything you don't want. Just write it all down. Fold a piece of paper in half, open it up, write everything you don't want on one side, and then write the opposite of what you wrote on the other side. Hi, Gretchen. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Um, and then what I want you to do is rip off the don't want, crumble it up, and then now you got everything to focus on. Because, like Lean was saying, everything that you say, I don't, God, universe, spirit, GUS, Gus hears you saying, oh, okay, let's give her more of that. So, and I used to do that. I used to do that as one, as I mean, after being divorced, I was like, oh no, this isn't going to happen again. This will not happen again. I'm not going to attract the same person because what I did was I attracted three people the same, and then the fourth one the same was the same pattern, and the pattern was within me. So I had to fix that before I could even jump into a relationship. And today, guys, is 8/8. It's Lionsgate. It's the day of manifestation. It's the day of setting things clear. It's also the day to get rid of stuff. It's a day of like your, let's call it your galaxy dump. Let's just call it a galaxy dump. Hello, Tams. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you being here. And so, what would you have to tell people over 50 the hardest part about putting yourself out there for dating?
Ooh,
Hi, Lisa Randall.
the hardest part of putting yourself out there. Um, ugh, it's hard to put just one. I think the hardest part is so many people have so many opinions of what you should be doing.
Sure.
And most of the people giving you advice are people who are the closest to you, and many of them are married and never been out there dating. So, but they're still giving you advice. And so I think it's just really trusting yourself and just being yourself. I think there's so many people that are trying to that go into a first date going, is he the one? We shouldn't like okay. That is not what the first date is about. Like,
Right.
and to just number one, be yourself. Number two, trust yourself and trust your gut. Like, I think a lot of times, which is why we end up in the same in different relationships with different people, is that we don't listen to our intuition and our gut, or whatever you want to call it. And so I think really trusting ourselves, and just go out there and practice. Don't go out there to find the one. Go out there and just meet people, whether it's in person or online. I know online has a bad rap right now,
Right.
with, yes, there are scammers out there, and you got to be careful, but you got to trust your gut. And a lot of times there's big signs that they are not real, or, and we just ignore them because we want the fairy tale. We want the Disney movie that we grew up thinking that that's what love is, and all of that kind of stuff. And I think sometimes even those people, and myself included, look, I was a romantic. I used to read all the, like, the Danielle Steele books, and watch all the Hallmark movies and whatever. But we also have to be a realist. And so we also have to trust ourselves and listen to ourselves, and trust that intuition, and then just
Because
do it. Stop talking
that's
about it and just do it.
right. So important, everybody. So those of you that are dating or wanting to date or have had like wah wah, think about it. What went wah wah on the date? What was it about? Was it because we talk about this? You and I have talked about this. Sometimes we think that it's the butterflies, right? And I should get the butterflies. I should be getting, I should have this. I shoulda, 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 shoulda. Then we're shooting all over ourselves, right? Which is a great title for a chapter if anybody wants to, um, you know, I should have, I should have on myself, right? So, did you ever think that going in and not getting any butterflies and just, it just going kind of like this, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Hi, Debbie Johnson. Good to see you. Um, it is like just that nice calm. I didn't have butterflies with John. I had butterflies like, oh, should I get these flowers? Should I not get the flower? Those things I was nervous about, but I wasn't nervous about meeting him. I was like, okay, if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Um,
And can I
I,
just say there
yeah,
that has to do a lot with the work that you've done on yourself. I had gotten to the point where I loved myself enough that I knew that if I never met somebody, I might not have been happy about that and living the rest of my life by myself, but I would have been okay. Like, I no longer needed to be with somebody. And that's a big difference. When you can get to that point, you can walk into a date going, I hope it works, but if it doesn't,
right.
okay, I'm going to be okay.
You're going to be
And
more than okay.
that is a
More than okay.
really empowering place to be. And it makes for an empowering way to date.
And you want to have the opportunity, everybody, to give yourself the chance. Give yourself the chance and give yourself the opportunity to be, I'm going to say this with love, give yourself the chance to be disappointed. It's okay. It's okay. And Dolores' advice, no coupons on the first date. Okay.
I love
Oh
that.
my gosh, in the house, Natalie LaChance. Guys, if you haven't heard the music, if you haven't heard, she was on here Wednesday. Um, she wrote the song When the Door Closed. When the door closed, the universe opened. Today is the day. It's 8/8. That's why I put it on the TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram with Natalie's song. Today is a day. When the door closed, the universe opened. This is the day to set it, right? So if you are a single woman and you have a dog and you know who I'm talking about, today is the day, my friend. Today is the day. You're gonna do it. Just gonna do it. Hello, my friend. AZ, how are you? Wondering where y'all you meet your person or how? Well, Lynn, do you want to share and I can share too?
Sure. I actually met my husband Hugh on OkCupid. And I also, I mean, I had a little bit of butterflies but it was but it was not the kind of like, oh my God, butterflies. It was more like a very calming, grounded, because by the time we had our first date, we had had some really great phone calls. And
Yeah.
so, you know, and if you asked him, who's in the other room, by the way, if
Yes.
you asked Hugh, and I've heard him say this, he would say that like it was like we knew each other for years, and so there was a very calming, not nervous energy going into our first date.
And AZ, I met John on eHarmony, but then there was another one. I didn't really care for it. It was just kind of weird. It was on Zeusk, and that was just, I don't know, it was kind of creepy on Zeusk. And I noticed John was on there too, but it was it was just asking the right questions. And here's the thing: I hate to say it like this, but I'm going to. Lynn, please feel free to disagree with me. Uh, I treated every date like an interview. I was interviewing them because I wanted to make sure that I was not going to what I normally did, people pleaser, fixer, control freak, and perfectionist. What I normally did was the people pleaser in me would just be like, oh, they don't smoke. Or they do smoke, but I can handle that. No, no. Even someone that I liked right before John, that I was like, oh, this one, I had bachelor number one, two, and three. Um, and my friend Sarah May from the UK, she's like, I'd go for bachelor number three. Hi, Fern. And I wasn't going to go for bachelor number three, but she told me, and John was number three. The one guy was attractive, not that John isn't, attractive and quick on the wit, but everything he liked was spicy food and vegetarian. And I know this sounds crazy, but he's like, that's all I eat is spicy food and vegetarian. And he goes, that's how I cook. And this is what I want to serve. And I'm like, no. Normally I would have said yes. And I would have probably like spicy going in, spicy coming out. I would have been like, there's no way in hell. But to set that boundary and say, no, I can't. It's a no. Tams Griff says, not crazy. That's a no. Yes, Fern, happy 8-8. Pass the steak. So, Alvia, hello. How are you, my friend? Hugh says it was coming home. It was a coming home. I love that. You can find everything on the internet. That's true. You can. What you do want, what you don't want. AZ, did that help you a little bit? And here's the thing. So, um, hi, Kathy. Um, Tams says, I swiped and there are no people left. I did my part.
That's funny.
So what do? You swipe. Okay, so what about Match.com? Who has been on Match.com? Would you say yes to that? Yay or nay to Match.com? Look, the lights dimmed in your place when
I
I
know.
said
I don't know why it
Match.com.
does that. It's got to be my computer. It'll go back on soon. Um, I there's pros and cons for all of them,
Yep.
honestly. I think they're worth trying. I think they're worth trying the free version. I think, pros and cons. I mean, I met Hugh. I did not pay. I paid on other apps, but I was not paying on OkCupid. So I think they're worth trying. Try for a month, 6 weeks, if you see if it works for a little bit, and if
Yep.
not, then move to another one. Um, at the time, I mean, we're talking 8 years ago when we met. I had been on Plenty of Fish. I had been on JDate. We met on OkCupid. Um, I had I had been on. I think it was called BB Meet, Big and Beautiful, because I have had weight issues, my whole life. So I tried that because I did actually go on that one after. It was after a particular date, actually, because there are men out there who actually prefer people who are overweight. And it was a guy who actually we had a really long phone call, and got along great. And told me that it doesn't matter what I looked like. It's on the inside that counts and all of that kind of stuff. And when we actually did meet in person, he um, told me that I was too fat. And I
What?
actually, I did have a full body picture on my profile, which I highly recommend everybody do because we don't want surprises. I mean,
Right.
that for me is an integrity thing. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me, so I wasn't going to do that to them. And I also was at the point in my dating journey was like, this is who I am. Take me or leave me, leave it. And that's okay if you swiped or went to the next one. It
Right.
was better that way, actually. So, but yeah, so I was like, oh, well, let's try this. So,
So what does somebody do if they don't? Anthony Andrew 21, hello, thank you for being here. What happens if you don't want to be on an online dating? So what would you suggest? Hang on one second. AZ said, yes, thank you. I met my last partner on Hinge, but I often hear these magical meet cute stories and it can be intimidating. True, true. But you know what? Let me just tell you, I went on 27 dates in 1 month, and they were all coffee dates. And if I didn't click, there wasn't a second date. And I was okay with doing that because I wasn't investing in money. I was just investing. Oh, Tams, you're funny. I'll say her comment in a second. Um, I wasn't investing in money, and it was just time. I would do it on my lunchtime. I was a massage therapist at that time, and there was a Starbucks around the corner. And I would just go, you know, Ravenswood, go down, go around to Montrose. There it was. This one gentleman actually came to Starbucks, and I was like, oh no, that cannot be him. It was like a 20-year-old version of what he put on Match.com. And I was like, all right, you want to play? Greek eyebrow. Let's go for it. So he's like, hi, Elias. I'm like, hello. And he goes, hi. Can I get you a coffee? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm waiting for somebody. And he goes, oh, it's me. It's Mike. I'm like, oh, I didn't recognize you from your picture. Oh, I know. That's so old, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, Mike, I took some time off to be here. And the number one thing for me is trust and integrity. And because you didn't show me who you were, date's over. I got up, took my chai tea, and left. The old me would have never done that, but I did. Um, so Tam said this: "You wait for God to send him to my door." She goes, "I'm joking. Everyone in picking, I'm joking. Everyone in picking lies. You're cute, Tams. You're cute." So I know it can be intimidating. Dolores said, my profile said, don't waste my time." I like it. A guy once ghosted me after sending him a full body pic, which I did have other full body pics. He ghosted me after that one. Now I use the one on other profiles and get compliments on it. Here's the thing, guys. If they don't like you for who you are and what you show, that's about them and not about you.
it's also
And
one
that,
person's opinion.
right, exactly. One person's opinion, right? All right, Gretchen, mwah, thank you so much. But it's really interesting. Tam, do you order DoorDash
That's funny. I do
for the
want to
guy to
answer your
bring come to
question
the door?
though
Yes,
about
go
the
ahead.
online and where
Yeah,
else
yeah,
you
yeah.
can meet people because that is important.
I Tam.
Um, there's a lot of people, places you can meet people. You can meet. The meetup is still a big thing.
Meet
Um,
up, Tams.
there
Go ahead.
are great meetup groups that are still, blooming and still working. Um, Clubs, find something that you like to do, whether it's a bike club, whether it's a gardening club, whatever it is, find some cooking class, sign up for some classes or do something, or don't do something with the intention to meet somebody, because you don't want to spend money if if that's your only intention. But if it's something that you like to do, I'm all about like date yourself, do something you want
Right.
to do. And if you meet somebody, great. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be intentional. That means that if there is somebody there, you actually open your mouth and you introduce yourself and you talk to them and, I am, and I know that there are people out there who disagree with this. There are a lot of women out there who want to be chased and want to be approached, and women should not approach somebody that that kind of thing. I, I guess and maybe it's an age thing too. If you want it, go after it. Like, what's the worst? And I get the fear. I totally get being afraid to like approach somebody. But what's the worst thing they could say? No, you know.
Right.
So you don't know unless
Delora
you ask. So,
Delora thought you said not bike club. She heard fight club.
well, that too. That could
Whatever
work.
works. Whatever works.
I
Um,
am sure that there are people who have met.
Kathy 4351 says, I'm going to ask someone out on August 21st at church. I love that. Fern
Yay.
says, how do you discern if someone is a savory character?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't suggest leaving alone with anybody until you know them. And you can go with your friends too first, and see. I think a lot of that has to do with trusting yourself, and just paying attention to what they say and what they do. You got to make sure that those things match. If somebody says one thing but acts another way, you really do want to pay attention to that kind of stuff. Um, so, yeah, definitely trust
Tina
your.
says, Jim and I met through Senior People Meet. He passed away nearly 10 years ago. Ours was the best, healthiest relationship I ever have. I love that, Tina. I love that.
I've heard really
Um,
good things about that site too, actually.
let's see. Fern says, I'm married. And when I was single, I used to go to all kinds of places and I would go for it. Um, maybe give Elias a call and he can check it out. Check what out? Check what out?
He's going to do a
Um,
reading on you and make sure that your person.
oh, yeah, get a reading. I mean, that's funny. Yes, yeah. I'm
I
sensing
do
this.
have a
Yeah.
lot. I have a lot. I have a client who actually goes to Home Depot once in a while and just wanders the aisles. Think about where men hang out. That is her. That's her
What's
thing.
this called? A hammer? What do you do with it?
Because men are fixers and they want
Yeah.
to help you. And so if you do,
Right.
she's
So
met
go to
quite a few
Home
people on
Depot,
there.
everyone.
Yes.
Hi, Patty. Go to Home Depot for a date. That's good. Have a little coffee in hand and say, whoops. Yeah. Fern says whatever works. I know.
Yeah, you can go to
So
IKEA and then go to the cafe.
you go to IKEA, have a little nosh, right? And then you go, right? All right. And I, I do have some Jewish friends. So you're gonna say, Lynn, that Jew date is good? Because I've heard some people are like,
Called J Date, actually.
J date, sorry.
You're so funny. I have never heard you say that before. That's awesome.
I thought
Okay,
that's what it was called.
it's
I
actually
like it.
called J Date.
J date.
Um,
So sorry.
it's all good. All of my Jewish friends that are watching right now.
They're
Yeah,
like, hey, he's such a schnook. Go ahead.
that's so funny. Yes, it's called J Date. It's just like any other one. When I went on it a couple times. The first time I was on it, I actually found it was very interesting. There were quite a few men on there that were not Jewish, who were hoping to find somebody, a Jewish woman who was going to take care of them and had a lot of money because they were totally buying into the stereotypes
Oh my
about
God.
Jewish women. So not everybody Jewish is on J, or not everybody on J Date is Jewish.
Bird says, do you
So,
see the wave of eye rolls?
but I
I
would venture to guess
apologize.
that that's the same thing with Christian Mingle and all the other things.
Right. Sure. Was there a Greek date? No, there was not. Just
No,
gonna
but there's
tell
a
everybody.
farmer's one, and there's
There's
this.
a farmer. There's a truck driver one. I don't know.
There's all kinds
Debbie,
out there.
uh, Dolores says, I think you're fired. Oh, I apologize to all my Jewish friends. I'm so sorry. Um, I'm
So,
just getting out being social. I really am just learning to love me. I don't want anything serious. I do want to spread it all over town, and want to travel. Buddy, I'm not willing to give up my independence. I was married when I was 19. I'm 56. I'm doing me. I love that.
I love that
Uh,
too. And I think there's a lot of people out there who don't want to, they want a relationship, but they don't want to get married again. And that's
yeah,
okay. There are a lot of people, and that's trend right now, actually, is being in a very committed relationship but living apart. You know, there are a lot of, I'm guessing, men as well who, and women who don't want, they worked hard to be independent and, live the life that they are living. But that doesn't mean that you can't be in a healthy, committed relationship either,
Right.
whether you're living together or apart. Um, but I also am big, like trust and integrity are big with me too. And I think you need to be upfront, you know,
And I'm
and that
gonna
goes for men and women. Don't play games. We're too old for
no,
that
we
shit.
are too old. Patty says a guy told me yesterday in the store, I promise I'm not following you. My response was I wouldn't stop you. That's good.
There you
That's
go.
good. All right. Kathy says she's single too and she's 51. Fern says, whatever tax dad recommends, you're cute. Very nice to meet you. What is your status? Um, I've been independent too long now, ready for a relationship, says Patty. Yes. So here's what I'm gonna share. Lynn has a great class coming up. You want to tell them?
Actually, I have a new program.
A program. Right
It's
on.
okay. I mean, I teach classes on Eventbrite every 4 to 6 weeks, so you can always
Yes.
find me there. But I have a brand new, it's called a membership program, actually. It's called the Becoming Her Sisterhood.
And how do they
And
find you on that?
the doors open today, actually. I'm
Mhm.
going to put the link in the chat if you want to get more information there. I'm also going
Tell
to
me.
put my
Oh,
link tree thing there, because all of my links are on there. You can get my free guide there, which is called Five Lies Women Over 50 Believe About Love.
ooh, that's a good one.
So, yeah, so that's on there. So, why can't I? It's not letting me post comments.
Oh, so tell me what it is.
Okay, let's see.
Or
It,
you can put it in the private chat and then I can move it over.
okay, let me,
Is Fern who's
where's
on
the private
TikTok?
chat? Tell me where the
Lynn?
private chat.
Is Lynn on TikTok is what you're asking?
I just started TikTok literally like 2 weeks ago. So, yes, you can find me there. Um,
Lynn with an E.
Lynn
Yes.
with an E.
Lynn with an
And I
E.
don't, where's your private chat?
Uh,
Oh, there it
private
is.
chat. There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Because I'm going to show you guys in a second.
Oh,
Okay. There is the
I think
private
it just
chat.
combined my link tree. Hold on, let me put it separately. It just did it all together.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Use this one.
Okay.
That's the new one. That's my
Okay.
new membership. And
I like
honestly,
it.
it's a steal. Like the first 15 people get in at $17 a month. It is dating, coaching, it is some inner work. It is so it's one. You're going to get one touch point a week, and then the last week of the month is going to be a live Q&A. There's bonuses in there. My husband Hugh is going to get on once a quarter so that you can get a man's perspective and
I
ask
like that.
questions and get a point of, his point of view and all that kind of stuff. And so it's going to be really good. I'm excited about it. Just started. So,
Okay.
and
Hang
then
on
here
one
is my link
second.
tree that
Let's
has
see.
all the links, and you can get on my mailing list. The top thing on the link tree is my free guide. Oh, there you go.
See? Look at that.
See? Look at that.
So $17 a month, locked in for life, cancel anytime. And this is what you can find. I'm scrolling and I'm watching myself scrolling on um on
You're so tech
Instagram so I
savvy.
can make sure that I'm
Okay, better.
doing this properly. Um Fern's so funny. What does Hugh do? Well, um he was also a coach and he is also like Lynn a best-selling author. They both have been in my book Going Within to Heal, and there it is. There's everything you want to know on here.
Yeah,
So
and he has
really,
a couple like not chapter books. Like he's got his first
he's got a book that, yes,
Sobriety and
exactly.
Beyond
Thank
is
you.
out on Amazon now. And I'm actually working on some, actually, my 3 card decks are at the publisher right now. And my journal is almost done. So, Yeah.
So exciting.
I make my card decks are there's three card decks that are coming out soon. One or two are about conversation starters for dates. One is for
Yes.
first dates. One is for deeper questions. Um, just like Elias was talking about the interview process. I don't really love the word interview, but there are important questions that you have to ask before date three, before you waste more of your time. And then the last card deck is about reflection questions to ask yourself when you get home from a date. So
Those
those
are
are,
good.
I
I
know,
like
good
that.
stuff. Those
I
are going to
like
come
that.
out in a couple months.
So, guys, check out Lynn. Check her out on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok. So it's all of that and so much more. And
And all those links are on the link tree thing.
Fern, you could ask. Look at Fern. Is Lynn intuitive also? How about the word discernment process? You're cute. So that would be
I'm
on
way more
another
intuitive
live.
than I thought I was, actually. Yes, I would
Yes,
not
you
call
are.
myself Elias for sure, but I, I, I have learned over the years. As a matter of fact, one of the best compliments somebody actually ever gave me is that he told me that I see what people don't say.
That's good. And
I
you
know
do.
that was a good one. I was like,
You
and
do.
I think he's right, actually.
Yes. Very, very good. Very, very good. I'm just doing what I do in other lives. Keep it going. You're cute, Fern. And thanks to Laura for hopping on over to Instagram and doing that. And Patty said, thanks, Lynn, for the info. She will check it out.
Awesome.
So,
Will you put
our,
the link tree one in there? I don't see it. I just
oh,
want to make
please hold
sure.
callers. One moment. Please hold.
Just so people have it.
Please hold. Link tree. Okay, so here's the link tree. I can hear my voice in the background. I don't know why.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I don't know either. We're gonna go here.
I think
We're gonna
it's
go
very
here.
funny that we have very similar walls, and I'm not a fan of mine. I can't wait to move to my new house.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Um, Fern says thanks, Delora, and Patty goes Delora. Yes. Okay. So, guys, this was just a special manifestation 8-8 Lionsgate special surprise um, live that we wanted to do. Lynn, you know you're welcome anytime. Next Wednesday, guys, next Wednesday, we have Gina Bordeaux, and she has a beautiful farm. She has originally two black swans. Everybody was following because the swan was laying eggs and they didn't hatch, and then they didn't hatch the second time, but they didn't hatch the third time. She had so many people watching, and they took I believe they took the swans to the vet, or the vet came there. I don't know, but the two swans were actually females, both females. So they had to get two male swans. It's just such a she has just a beautiful place. She's a wellness coach, and the theme for August is all about unite. So, how do we unite in wellness? What do we do to have a better time with our bodies, with our health? So, that's what we're going to do. Um, Debbie said something really important. I know what I want, and I'm not willing to compromise that just to have somebody. Excellent. Excellent. Because you don't want somebody, you want the one. You don't want someone, right? So let me show you this really quick. I think I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. There we go. So here is August, and there is Gina. I'm not 100% sure if Liz Dawn is coming because we mentioned it, but I thought I'd put her in there. And then at the end of the month is I'll be chatting from Chicago. So that'll be Wednesday. Thursday, I will be traveling to Iowa to do our retreat slash weekend. It's a Waking Your Inner Voice weekend. So I'm going to be doing mediumship Friday night. Saturday will be Stop the Pattern mini workshop. Saturday night will be channeling. Sunday will be individual sessions. Come for the whole weekend. We have a couple spots left for the whole weekend, includes food, lodging, and all the events. Or come Friday night, come Saturday night, come Saturday morning. You get to pick and choose those whatever you want to do. So check it out. The website is getting a new facelift. So stay tuned. I'm super excited about that. Yes, and you could see where the corn sweats. It does. And if it's really hot, the corn will pop on its own because the humidity is so. Listen, I'd be schwitzing from here to high heaven. It's just and my hair goes poof. It's crazy. All right, I think that is that. Let me make sure. I could totally hear my voice in your background
That's
on your
funny.
computer. It's hysterical.
That's weird. I just want to comment on Debbie's. Don't
Yes,
listen to your friends. Listen to yourself when it comes to stuff like that. Do you have 2 seconds for a really like funny, quick
go
story
for
about
it.
what Debbie's talking about? So I went on a great first date with somebody probably a year before I met Hugh, and a couple of really good phone calls. Went on a great first date. The problem was is that he had a 3 year old. And I knew that going in. And by that time, I had already decided I wasn't dating anybody with kids younger than my own. This is what I get for like not paying attention to
Oh,
the rules that I have already
right.
set for myself. And we had a great first date. And then he asked me out for a second time. And I said yes, even though I knew he had a 3 year old. And just so we know, this guy was in his 50s. So it's not like I was dating, went out with somebody much younger. So as I'm driving home from work, he calls to confirm, and I heard Barney music in the background. My entire body physically went, ugh, like literally, like had a physical reaction, and I had to say, you know what? I am so sorry. Like, and this is what happens when we don't listen to ourselves because he was a nice guy. Like, you know, and just like the guy I dated for 3 years, and you mentioned the smoking before, I figured out, and my whole YouTube video yesterday or Thursday was about this too, was like, I figured out he smoked. Like, it wasn't, super apparent, but then I was like, oh, I think he smokes. And he had smoked much, younger, and he quit when he was married, and he started smoking again 2 years before when his wife passed away. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. And I listened, and guess what? 3 years later, he still hadn't quit. And so, you know, I think a lot of times we don't listen, and we make excuses, or you know, but he's this, and
Right,
all
right,
these on my list,
right,
and but if that's just the only thing,
right. We
and we
settle
compromise,
and
and
compromise. Yeah.
we're completely out of integrity when we do that. So trust yourself. I know that was a
Yes.
long story for Debbie's comment, but
No, you're good.
I had to tell it.
So Lynn, you come back anytime you want,
Thanks.
and we always thank Lynn because sometimes if a guest can't come on, Lynn's like, yeah, I'm right. Just
Let
give
me
me
throw on
five.
a drop of
Let me
makeup.
go right, exactly. Let me put on some lipstick and I'll be ready.
Yep, hair in a ponytail.
And a bow tie. So guys, please follow Lynn on all the social medias. Thank you guys for being here and just
Thank you,
hanging out
everybody.
on a Friday night and a
It's
Saturday night
Saturday.
rather.
It's Saturday, not 7. It's a little after 8 now. Eastern.
Wherever you are, it's somewhere Friday night somewhere. So thanks for being here, everybody. And remember, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. From our hearts to yours. Be well. Real talk gets real answers. Stay for the outro because it's fun. Talk to you guys
Thank
soon.
you.
I'll talk to you in a minute, Lynn.